along pretty good, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? I mean, like any classic, sometimes they're temperamental, sometimes they're happy.
Right. I like driving this thing. It's a lot of fun.
Right? It's a little go-kart.
Welcome to an episode of Jayleno's Garage, the car featuring today 1970/71 Honda Z600 Coupe. These are great little cars, but the thing that really attracted me to this, I'm a sucker for father-son projects. You know, my dad used to help me work on cars, or I helped him work on cars, whatever you want to call it. And we heard about these two. This is an original car. It hasn't been repainted or anything. It's just been maintained and restored, although it did sit for 3 years for a while until they found it. Let's bring in Harrison and Buck Woodruff. Come on in, you guys. This is Harrison the son, Buck the dad. I love father and son projects. I don't know if people do that much anymore, but when I was a kid, everybody worked with their dad on a motorcycle or a snowmobile or something. So, and you guys have brought this thing back, not from the dead, but it was on its way downhill, wasn't it?
It was disheveled, to say the least.
Disheveled.
Yes.
That's what a salesman would say. Needs recommissioning.
A little bit.
Now, Buck, you were the youngest Honda dealer in the state of Georgia. Isn't that correct, when you were a young man?
Yes, I was.
25 years old?
Yes.
Well, that's pretty good. How do you comp that one? That's all right.
Well, I was very lucky. Yeah. I was working with a gentleman that had another franchise and Honda, and I chose to stick with Honda, and I was awarded a franchise when they were looking for American dealers, young and American.
Well, you know, I love this era when Shishiro Honda, am I saying his name correctly?
I believe so.
The founder, because he was a real engineer, and he loved engineering. Later when he died, like any company, things kind of go by committee, but he had an iron fist about how things should be done. I remember, I guess, was it the CVCC engine? That was the big breakthrough, because I remember all the American auto manufacturers throwing money at watch. We can't meet these emissions, and it's impossible, and lobbyists, and Mr. Honda came in and said, what are you trying to get? What are the rules? Okay, went back to Japan, came back with that engine, and it was revolutionary.
Yes, that was
power. It met emissions, and people went, "Whoa, how'd you do that?" And this is a classic example of that. I just like it because it's so Japanese. You know, Hondas and Toyota, they're all world cars now, but this really reflects the Japanese sort of ethos of engineering and high revving. And I've got a little 64 over there, my 600. And the red line is 9,500 RPM in 1964. I mean, it's this thing is just screaming, and you think, I'm hurting it, but no, that's what it loves. And it's pretty much, is that the same engine as mine, basically?
It's derived off the Honda motorcycle engines.
Right.
If that's the, I believe it's a 598cc.
Well, it's interesting. Now, you say, I used to hear it was derived from, and then when I spoke to Japanese people, they said, no, it was using the technology, but it was built as it was never a motorcycle engine adapted to a car.
Makes sense.
It was just using the high revving, you know, multi-valve, that type of thing, technology to achieve power instead of pretty much.
around in a little bit bigger vehicles with a lot less MPG. But
Right, yeah, okay. So what brought you around back to these again?
So kind of a conversation he and I had a few years ago. It was, he wanted to involve me in the dealerships in Honda and Acura, and with him having, you know, started selling these when he was 25 and I'm 23 now,
Right.
have a year and a half left of school.
Right.
He thought it would be a pretty cool lineage and heritage thing to go find the first thing that he sold, us to, if we need to completely redo it or find a living relic such as this,
Right.
put it in the showroom and just have like a family lineage between us.
And where did you find it? Did you find this in Georgia?
I found it in Pasadena.
Oh, in Pasadena, right here.
On
Why didn't I
Facebook.
didn't see it in Pasadena. I would have bought it from you. All right, that's okay.
If you weren't looking on Facebook Marketplace, you might have missed
I
it.
guess that's true. Let's open the hood and show them.
Absolutely.
Show them what we got here.
Other side.
Oh, it's the other side?
It is.
Okay, you guys open it up. Well, it's right. This is originally a right-hand drive car.
That's correct.
Converted for the American market.
And there'll be a hook on the front
One more.
left. Right up here.
I think there's a bird stuck under the hood.
I know. It's talking. There it is.
Mounted transverse.
Mm-hmm.
How many cylinder? Two?
Two.
Oh, this is two. Okay, no, mine is four. Yeah, mine
Yes,
is four.
yes.
Okay. And it's 600 cc's?
Just under.
Just under, like
598.
598. Yeah.
Marketing reasons.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay. So not the big block.
No. Well,
The 800 coupe came later.
correct.
Yeah,
correct.
yeah. See, mine is a four-cylinder roller bearing crank.
Okay.
It's pretty sophisticated. I mean,
Yeah.
if it said Porsche on it, it'd be $500,000.
Absolutely.
With the roller bearing crank and 9,500 RPM red line, it was as sophisticated. Well, even the Porsche twin cams in the 50s went to maybe 7,300, 7,400. They didn't go to 9,400 like mine, so that's pretty interesting. I wonder why they went to two-cylinder rather than four. I guess for space, and I guess a little more torque, more bottom end with the probably. Okay.
Well, with this car, it was the transition from motorcycle engine into a bigger car.
Right.
And two cylinders had the efficiency of four,
Right.
I presume.
And what
But
do these get? Close to 45?
Pretty good.
Oh, they got 60 miles to
60 miles per gallon.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't do that now.
No.
No, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, it's very nice.
If I might add this is just how we bought it. It's not been changed or altered.
Right, right.
And that's very important. All the numbers match, everything's correct.
Right, you got the original paint on it.
You
Everything.
even have the original wiper bag.
Oh, okay.
And the vinyl is still soft. The original owner plates and everything. The batteries
Once a
changed.
car salesman, always a car. Yeah, Mr. LENO'S got the original wiper bag right here. You got the. Boy, I'm getting fast talked into buying this thing right now. I can
It's
tell.
not for sale.
Oh, now it's not for sale.
Now, see, you got to ask him.
Yeah, there you go. No, very nice. I just like how it is so different than opening the hood of anything American, especially in 1970. I mean, it doesn't bear any relationship to it. And what was the red line on this?
Ooh.
Did it come with a tack in the coupe?
It does.
It does, okay.
It's about 75,
It's
75 or 7,200,
75.
something like
Yeah,
that.
but it'll stay there all day, won't
Yeah,
it?
but yes.
Yeah. Top speed was what, maybe 90 miles an hour, something like that?
Took a long time to get there, but yes.
Yeah. As long as you're going downhill, yeah.
Clutch
Oh,
into.
Very cool. Well, let's walk around. Let's see. Will this shut?
Yeah, right here.
Lift her, yeah.
Oh, there we go. And you even got the original toolkit and
We do.
spare tire, huh?
Absolutely. So let me just grab the keys.
Hey,
This.
got more trunk room than my P1 McLaren. Oh, there's your spare tire. Oh, is that the original toolkit?
It is.
And what did you get for tools? What did they give you?
They gave you a really wacky looking.
Oh, this is part of the jack. Oh, I see. I see. Hang on.
Yeah.
Multi-tool.
Oh, I see. It's okay. So you got every kind of. And what does this do?
You can't find or buy
Must-
anything
Oh, I
like
see.
that.
Oh, that holds. Oh,
That holds it
Of
together.
course. There you go.
Yep.
There you go. You're not going to find this anywhere.
No.
Okay. There you go. Is that the original tire that came with it?
It is.
Okay, that's funny.
We haven't pulled it out to see if it's. We haven't pulled it out to see if it's to see if it's dry rotted yet. We don't really want to know.
No, you don't want to know. But you know, the funny thing about these things is you find them and you think they're going to need everything, and you just drain the fluid and put fresh fluid, and they're fine. You know, I found a bunch of 305 Hondas. I've got a 150 Dream, you know, little, it just sat outside. Hey, kick a ring, and it runs. It runs. It's very funny. Yeah. Cool. Well, that's very neat how they have the spare tire and everything hidden under there.
Right.
So you got leaf springs, and it's had drums all the way around, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Correct.
Okay. Not many options. There's no air conditioning certainly back in the day on these. No.
Just a blower.
And it's a 4-speed, correct?
It is.
Yes.
Okay, 4. Did they make an automatic?
They didn't make it in the Z.
No.
No, not in the Z.
Yeah. Okay. Now I noticed the seats have some piping, but you added that, right?
Yes, we redid the seats on it. I mean, we tried to find the original fabric.
Right.
We just couldn't find any, and they were just, like I said earlier, disheveled.
Yeah.
But
there are probably people now starting to, you know, all this stuff is becoming collectible again, and
Absolutely.
people coming up with the original fabrics. You know, for the longest time I couldn't find that correct German leather from my 6.3 Mercedes. So all modern leather is sealed. It's not really leather.
Yeah.
Right.
It's something else. You know, you can't put hide food in it and make it smell and get that rich. You know, but this guy had the leather, and then so you could probably find that.
Absolutely.
Certainly in Japan, because in Japan now these are. It's funny, when this car was built, there was no Japanese car heritage.
Mm-hmm.
Cars were really just 15 or 20 years old, populations. Now they have a rich heritage, you know, the Z cars certainly, and the early Honda convertible. Yeah, very nice. You know, it looks so funny today, even that the new smart car is bigger than this.
Oh, absolutely. A Fiat's bigger than this.
Right, I know, it's funny, it's funny.
But it's to scale.
It is to scale.
If we stepped away, it would look somewhat normal.
Yeah. Well, what is the horsepower rating on this motor back then? You remember?
I just know the CCs.
Okay.
But I'm not.
600 cc's. So it's probably.
I think it's 65 horsepower.
It is 65, which is.
Yeah, 60 somewhere.
I've got a 37 Fiat Topolino. That's a flathead.
Okay.
That's 600. That's 590 cc's, but it's only 13.5 horsepower. And that extra half just kind of gets you over the hill maybe a little bit.
Yep.
That one bump.
But still great fun to drive, aren't they?
Oh, a blast.
Yeah.
It sounds good. It's fun to drive manual.
It's almost like a Japanese version of a Mini Cooper.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's fun when these cars came out.